Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, the theme is going to be taking back control over your career. I'm going to be sharing why your career is your greatest asset and then give you practical strategies that you can use to leverage your career or 9-to-5 job to grow your side hustle and eventually use that to build true long-term financial independence. If you are ready to transform your mindset about career and money, this video is for you. In 2025, I am personally on a mission to get us thriving in our 9-to-5 jobs so that we can leverage that success to help us build scalable side businesses. So if you are ready to come with me on this journey, don't forget to like this video and leave me a comment about your biggest takeaways or any questions you may have about how you can leverage and take back control over your career. So imagine waking up every morning knowing your financial future is in your hands. Financial independence is actually possible. It's not just a dream or something that other people talk about on TV that's not for you. But it doesn't always have to be the next big investment or a side hustle. Financial independence actually starts with your career. The 9-to-5 job you have right now, that is step number one towards financial independence. And we are about to dive into how you can actually begin that process if you're somebody who does not think about your job as your number one stepping stone towards financial independence. Here is one of the biggest problems we have. We've been sold the lie that financial independence is about escaping the 9-to-5 ground. We've all heard that, right? You know, your job is horrible, your job is killing you. If only you do this side hustle and you pay for my course or this coaching program, guess what? You can escape the 9-to-5 grind, be financially free, and then just, I guess, magically have all this money coming to you. But here's the truth. Without a stable income coming into your home and a career you can leverage, chasing financial freedom can feel like you are on a hamster wheel. I promise you, I'm speaking from experience. Because what's going to happen is that you would move into that role, the perfect business, and the money won't be coming in, and your stress level would be just as high, or if not higher, than it was when you had a 9-to-5 job. Only here is the problem. Now you're stressed, but you ain't got no money. However, if you use my strategy where I teach you to make your career your number one priority until it's stable, you can be having the stability of money coming in while you are building that business on the side. But here's the thing. This only works if you are taking your career as seriously as you are taking your side businesses. Far too many people are taking their businesses seriously, but they are neglecting their careers. This was me for the first 5 years into my career. I was like, my career is not important because I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And when I shifted that mindset, guess what happened? My income went from $60,000 to double six figures. And with double six figures of income, today, I have a full-time job and my side hustle is scalable. And I can actually hire people to build my side hustle. So here is what I would like for you to understand before I move into the practical strategies. You need to have control over your career. If you don't control your career, someone else is going to control your time, your earning potential, and eventually your life. And all throughout the month of February, I am going to be teaching you every single week on Thursday morning. There will be a video that will teach you how to take back control over your career. Because think about it. If you were playing in the game of life, life will be lifing. The sun will set and the sun will rise. You might as well learn how to play the game. Because one way or another, you can have those balls come and hit you in the face, or you can learn how to catch the ball and dribble, right? So if you think of basketball, if you didn't know how to do the dribbling, which I don't, guess what's going to happen? The ball will be hitting you in the face and you'll be getting a concussion. So here is why your career is your greatest asset. 1, predictable income to fuel your investments. A career you can control gives you that stability. And that is the foundation to wealth building, right? If you don't have a stable income coming in, you will have a hard time building stable long-term wealth. And on top of that, when you have that predictable, stable cash coming in, you can do the foundational things that really makes a business succeed. And that is taking on a little bit more risk. So in my business right now, I am pulling money out of my 401k to pour into my business. But I can do that because I have the foundation and I built a strong enough career that pays me a strong enough salary that I can withstand the risk of that decision, right? That's an advanced strategy that you can do once you've stabilized that career. Opportunities for growth and skill building. You guys, you cannot sleep on the fact that if you move into a really good company, you can leverage what you're learning in that company to build your side business, right? Let's say you work for a company that gives you access to Udemy or LinkedIn Learning. Can you learn how to code? Can you learn how to do some bookkeeping, which is what I'm doing right now? I'm taking a course on bookkeeping and tax preparation because I have Udemy Business and LinkedIn Learning. Both of them have great courses on many different topics. You pick the one that appeals to you and the one that will make you money. So within your career, if you have the right job, you can begin to develop skill sets that don't just align with your current career so that you can continue to grow in that career, but you can even leverage that skill set and that development into your side hustle. And on top of that, when you really capitalize on opportunities for growth through skill development, you increase or you boost your own income potential. You guys, this is the key, right? We don't want jobs that are paying us minimum wage. We are trying to move into positions and roles that would give us 6 figures or more. And it is possible. I promise you it's possible. And then last but not least, leverage, right? You can leverage every aspect of your full-time job, from the money, the skill building that I just mentioned, to the connections, to the network. All of this could be leveraged to build your side business. And the biggest thing you can leverage in your full-time job is if you can find a job that gives you time flexibility. This is me. Now I have a job that gives me time flexibility. I used to work as a scientist in a laboratory. I moved from being a scientist into a business role, and this business role gives me time flexibility. I'm no longer paid based on how many hours I am putting into my work. I am paid on my productivity. Now, if I'm not taking my full-time job seriously, that big fat paycheck won't be coming. So this is why I myself am practicing the things that I'm teaching you. I take my job as seriously as I take my side income. So now that you kind of understand the why, let's talk about practical strategies that you can use today to take control over your career. Practical step number 1, goals. You need to have very clear goals of what you are trying to achieve, right? Before you even look for that job, we have clarity on why we are going there. We have clarity on the types of skills we want to develop. We even have clarity on the types of benefits that are important. And we also need to understand where we want to go. Are you the type of person who's trying to climb the career ladder? Or are you just the type of person who's trying to maximize as much benefit or as much skill set as you possibly can? And also, is your strategy going to be, I'm going to go into this company and I'm going to go to director within the next 5 to 6 years? Because your plan, if that's your goal, is going to be very different from somebody whose plan is, I am going to be pivoting from job to job to job to job for whatever reason. I want to increase my income faster. I want to learn as many skill sets as I possibly can. Or are you the type of person who's like, you know what, I just need a little bit of income coming in while I'm building my side hustle. So I'm really not interested in job hopping here and there. I'm also not interested in climbing the ladder. If you have that clarity, it will help map out your career choice, right? And when things are happening at work, when the foolishness, the politics is happening at work, guess what? You are under control. You are not in that business because you know where you are going and who you are working for. Practical strategy number 2, invest in continuing education. You guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. When I tell you guys that it's possible for you to get to 6 figures, it's because you will be adding to your skill set. The difference between people who can, like a Nandy, who can go to an employer and command a high salary. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to employers and I'm like, you give me what I want. No, I have skill sets that I can sell to them. And because I've also developed the ability to sell my skill set to an employer, they will buy into that and we can come up to a negotiation that works for both parties because I have the education, I have 2 master's degrees, and I have now almost 2 decades of experience in this industry. So I bring my education, my experience, and I couple that with my ability to articulate my value to that employer. And that is the combination for success in the workplace. That's how you end up with multiple 6 figures. You see what I'm saying? It's not because I'm so confident, I know I can do it. No, it's because I have confidence through competence. And that competence only comes because I have developed the skill set. So what resources does your current employer offers you to advance your education? Earlier I mentioned LinkedIn Learning, Udemy. Do they offer any coaching? Is there an opportunity for you internally to be coached by someone? Are there any opportunities that you can leverage to increase your leadership skills and to bring more value? Whatever they offer you, you better take advantage of that because you want to always be learning and always be growing. Strategy number 3 in the workplace, negotiating. You need to master the art of negotiation. You need to advocate for better pay for yourself. You need to advocate for better benefits. Let's say, for example, there's a benefit that your company doesn't offer. That could be an initiative that you can advocate for and try to see if your company can implement that benefit, not just for you, but for the rest of the organization. This is truly adding value on a level that other people in your workplace is not really thinking about, right? It's the true form of taking control over your own career and life. Can you advocate or negotiate more time flexibility? Maybe it's one day where you work at home. Now, the pandemic spoiled us. We ended up having a lot of work from home jobs, but it's very clear with the change in administration that there could be also changes in policies when it comes to work from home. So the more control you have over all of these different aspects and have the confidence to negotiate them, the more you can build that financial independence faster. The 4th practical strategy that I have for you today, building your network. Networking is probably one of the most important things you can do on your path to financial independence. Whether we're just talking about strengthening your career or we are talking about strengthening your business skills and building a community of other like-minded business professionals to help empower you towards business success, you need to know your people. You need to find your people and you need to spend time and connect with them. And when it comes to networking, there are different levels that I want you to think about. You need to connect with a mentor, you need to connect with a peer, and you need to connect with mentees, right? So you have somebody above you who has been there, who's teaching you things. You have your peers, these are people around you who are keeping you accountable. And then you have somebody who's younger, who is coming up that you can teach things to. That is true empowerment in the what I call the networking scale. And you also need to have a community of people who can bring you opportunities, right? So you have this community of people who are helping you develop internally, but then you also need a community of people who are helping to bring opportunities to you. So I want you to start thinking about who are my allies in my industry or in my business environment. For example, in your career, do you have industry events or industry organizations that you can join, attend on a regular basis, and begin to look for who these allies are going to be? This is really important. Recruiters are critical allies. So the next time you get that message from a recruiter, please do not be rude to them. Always answer in kind with a smiley face and a nice message. No, thank you. I'm not looking for an opportunity at this moment. However, I'll be more than happy to pass this along to colleagues who may be interested. That is my cue. I give that to every recruiter who calls me, but I never ignore a recruiter. Because your recruiters, when it comes to looking for a job, I mean, it's through recruiters that I've gotten almost every single job I had. And the job that gave me my first six-figure salary, I didn't even go look for. That job came to me. Network, network, network. Right? A strong network can open doors to new opportunities you didn't even think were possible. Strategy number 5, this one is a really important one. Your career goals have to align with your financial goals. And I'm going to speak on this recognizing that I'm a woman of privilege because I have education, because I have a very strong education. I'm speaking from a place of privilege. But I don't know how to say this. I hope that I don't offend you by saying what I'm about to say, because I believe that this is possible for everyone. Whether or not you have an education, you can start today to begin to make the right career moves to give you more income. So when it comes to aligning your career goals to financial strategies, you have to make more money. There is no way around it. You need to bring in more money in order to build long-term financial wealth. So it's really important that as you are thinking about a career move or moving into a career, that it not be a career that's a low-paying career. Because I'm going to tell you, my stress level when I was making $17 an hour versus my stress level today when I make almost 10x, 10x, that is very different. It's very different. So if you have a low income job right now, let's start thinking about how we can move you into a higher paying position. And the only way or the best way you do that is by either, building your own business, but that takes time and a lot of stress. And education is the easiest path to getting yourself into those higher income opportunities. And by education, I don't mean that it has to compromise your value. I know right now there is a pandemic against education, but please do not be the person who's bought into the lie that somehow getting an education is elitist or you have to come out with a lot of student loan debt. People who end up with $100,000 and a job that pays them $30,000 weren't thinking strategically about their career. And that will not be you. You can be smart and strategic about searching for the right career, right? So that Venn diagram between the right career, the right amount of money paid is where we want you to be. So I want you to start seeking roles or career paths that are scalable, that would give you true financial freedom as you keep building on your education and on your skill set. That's what I mean by scalability. When I started my career, I just had a bachelor's degree. With a bachelor's degree, quite a decent amount of undergraduate research experience, they started me at $17 an hour. From there, I went on to get an MBA. An MBA took me from that $17 an hour to about 35-ish. And then I got a second master's degree. And that took me from around that 35-40 range to about $100 an hour. All right. And today I sit right at around that $100 an hour. But this is only base pay. This doesn't include how at each step I was also boosting how much I wanted. I was taking in terms of bonuses, in terms of extra benefits. So you can get there. Build a scalable career. Whatever career you're looking into, can you keep adding skills, education level, etc., and then get more money as you go? Project management, great ones. And because you can get a PMP certification that boosts your income, but you don't have to go to a 4-year college and get another degree. So those were my 5 strategies that you can use today to start thinking about how you can take control over your own career. This is about reclaiming your time, your purpose, and your life. Imagine the freedom of choosing where you are going to work, how much money you're going to make, and knowing that your career can actually serve your dreams and not the other way around. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, every Thursday, I am going to be releasing videos with actionable steps of how you can take back control over your career. These are strategies that will help you thrive in a 9-to-5 job while also laying the foundation for long-term financial independence. I would love for you to join me for each one of those videos, so please do subscribe and click that notification bell so that every time I release a video, you would see, and that you will not miss a single video in this series, because I do believe that it's going to be impactful to your career and potentially very impactful to your long-term financial wealth building journey. Remember, you, my dear, are in control. One step at a time. Let's make February the month you are going to reclaim your career and build your financial future.